She was known as a strong woman. The kind people admired quietly and relied on constantly. The kind who never complained, never asked for too much, never fell apart in public. In her home, she was everything at once. A wife who remembered what her husband forgot. A mother who noticed the small things, the mood changes, the silent tears, the unspoken needs. A woman who carried the emotional weight of everyone under that roof. She learned early that love meant sacrifice. So she gave. And gave. And gave again. She woke up before the house stirred, preparing meals, preparing herself, preparing for another day of being needed. At night, when the lights were off and the house finally quiet, she lay awake, staring into darkness, wondering why exhaustion still clung to her bones. In her marriage, she loved deeply. But somewhere along the way, love became responsibility. Conversations turned into assumptions. Her feelings were often minimized, not out of cruelty, but out of comfort. People got used to her strength. So she adjusted. She swallowed words. She smiled when she wanted to cry. She told herself, this is normal. Every woman goes through this. Motherhood changed her in ways she never expected. It softened her heart, but it also reopened wounds she thought were long healed. When her children cried, something ancient inside her responded, not just as a mother, but as a child who once needed comfort and didn't always receive it. She loved her children fiercely. But some days, she felt invisible even in her own home. She was present for everyone else, yet strangely absent from her own life. There were moments she felt guilty for her tiredness. Guilty for wanting space. Guilty for craving silence. She asked herself questions she was afraid to answer. Am I ungrateful? Why does love feel so heavy? She prayed. She tried harder. She told herself she would rest later, after the children grew, after things got better, after she had done enough. But one evening, something shifted. It wasn't dramatic. There was no argument. No breaking point anyone else noticed. Everyone had gone to bed. The house was quiet, but her mind was loud. She sat alone, surrounded by the life she had built, and for the first time, she allowed herself to feel the truth. She was tired. Not just physically, but emotionally. Spiritually. Deep in places sleep could not reach. And in that stillness, a question rose gently but firmly in her heart. Who is taking care of you? She didn't have an answer. But for the first time, she didn't push the question away. That night, she cried, not from weakness, but from honesty. And honesty became the doorway to her healing. She started with small changes. Barely noticeable to others, but life-changing to her. She stopped explaining herself all the time. She learned that no did not need a long apology. She rested without waiting for permission. She spoke when something hurt, even if her voice trembled. Some days, she felt selfish. Other days, she felt free. Not everyone understood her new boundaries. But she realized something important: being understood was not more important than being whole. She didn't abandon her family. She didn't stop loving her husband or her children. She simply stopped abandoning herself inside that love. Slowly, she began to recognize the woman she had lost. The woman with dreams. The woman with needs. The woman who deserved gentleness too. Healing didn't come all at once. Some days were still heavy. Some wounds resurfaced. But now, she met them with compassion instead of judgment. She learned that strength doesn't mean silence. That love doesn't require self-erasure. That motherhood is not meant to consume a woman, but grow her. And one morning, as sunlight filled the room and the house stirred awake, she realized something quietly beautiful. She was still a devoted wife. Still a loving mother. But now, she was also present for herself. And that changed everything. If this story feels like your life, know this. You are not broken, you are exhausted. And healing begins the moment you stop disappearing for others.